Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that is very important as part of success. It's something that we can't really achieve without doing and being, and that is self-discipline. It's definitely quite tricky, there's no two ways about it, and we're being constantly fed information and served information through social media, which can really interfere with our self-discipline. We know what phones are like. So one of the things that is an absolutely key part to success is mastering the art of self-discipline, and it's something that I wanted to talk to you all about and share a little bit of my journey as to how I structure my day and how I create kind of like an environment and a mental state, if you like, to be self-disciplined. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is goals. So goals really help self-discipline. There's no two ways about it. If you've got set goals that you are wanting to achieve, it's much easier to be self-disciplined, because you know that if you don't do that thing, whatever it might be, like if you're wanting to lose weight and you don't go for the run, or you don't do certain things, or you eat the wrong things, then ultimately you're going to not achieve your goal. So it's kind of like there's consequences to the lack of self-discipline. Definitely creating a list of 5 to 10 goals that you want to achieve is going to really help you to break through that like procrastination and some of the difficulties and things that come up within life. You don't have to be perfect. That's also what I would say. It's not about being perfect. It's not about like perfection and if I miss one day of my regime that the whole world's going to end. No, it isn't. But but it's about being consistent. So if you can really get your goals written down in concrete, then you'll be able to use that as like the motivation, because you need that motivation each day to really push through when I call it like the gremlins of procrastination decide to come in. So definitely, first steps, you have to set your goals. Now, the next thing, which can sometimes seem really simple but it's also overlooked, is you need to set yourself up for success by removing distractions. Because I think we've all been there where you have your phone next to you and you're supposed to be focusing really hard on whatever important task it is, and then before you know it, your hand's crept over, it's picked up the phone and you're scrolling through Instagram, like and you're not totally focused on what it is that you need to do. So like for me personally, when I've really got focus, I put my phone in the other room. So the temptation, I can't stretch out an arm, and there it is, and I'm distracted. I think it's the same with anything, like with food. If you're wanting to stick to a specific diet, don't have those temptations readily accessible. Don't even buy them. Don't put them in the house, because if you have to then go to the shop to buy the chocolates or whatever, you're probably not actually going to do that. The temptation will have gone. You're not going to get in your car and go off and get them. So just setting up your environment to not have all these little distractions and temptations makes a big difference, and it's something that I've become very aware of, that when something's so easy to do, like there's a box of chocolates down there, I'll find I'll be wanting to eat them, whereas if you can't see it, if you can't see that distraction, it's not there within your environment, you're much less likely to be distracted by it, and it's much easier to maintain that level of self-discipline. So I try to do that as much as possible. I still fail at times. I still have the times where I go for the chocolates, can't help it, or I'm on my phone when I should be getting on with something else. But definitely trying to set your environment to work for you, not against you, will really help you. Now, something else which is quite handy for self-discipline is the 2-minute rule. Now, the 2-minute rule is effectively, if a task will take 2 minutes or less, that you do it straight away. Because quite frankly, if it will take 2 minutes or less, by the time you've actually written it on your to-do list, you could probably have done it. So when there's something really small and easy to do, if you just do it and get into the habit of doing things and doing these things quickly, like quick ticks. Grace Beverly, she's amazing. She's got so many great tips on productivity, and one of her things is the quick ticks. So what can you do super quickly within the day that you can just get done? I find personally that once you get into that momentum of getting things done, you're really it's much easier to be disciplined, and it's much easier to not procrastinate, because we all get into that procrastination at times. I've been there, I know it, but it's not going to get you into that kind of flow state of achievement, which is the best place to be and where you'll get the most things done. So if you can be getting things done quickly, these certain tasks, the bigger tasks, try to break them down into smaller tasks. So lots of small steps can be really beneficial, because when you see a big task, it can kind of get so overwhelming that you just keep putting off, like in the what I call the too difficult pile. I definitely have one of those piles, but I have to and I think quite a few people do. But if you can start breaking down these big tasks, then they become like more manageable, and when they're more manageable, you say, okay, I'll do that task that's related to the big task. Yeah, I can manage that, and it doesn't become so overwhelming. And then once you've broken it down, you just take the next step. It really helps to just be able to get past that initial procrastination and be disciplined to do each task and then achieve and complete the much larger task. What I would also say, which I've done quite a lot and caught myself doing, is get used to completing and finishing a task. You need to be like training your brain effectively to complete these tasks, because it's quite easy to sort of be doing a task and then think, oh well, I've done most of it now, I won't finish that. But actually training yourself to complete these tasks and reach these kind of like mini goals, if you like, within things, it trains your brain to work in that way. So for example, like if I go on a walk, I'm like, right, I want this walk to be 5,000 steps or 10,000 steps, or whatever it might be. I don't want to stop at 4,500. I don't want to stop at 4,500 or 9,500. I need to stop at 10,000. And if you're in the gym and you're like, right, I'm doing 10 reps of this, you want to do 10 reps. You don't want to stop at 8 or 9 just because I've done 8 or 9, that'll be all right. I don't need to push myself the final bit. Because you really do. Because that helps training yourself with that self-discipline and the discipline that you need every day. And when your brain is kind of wired and trained within that way, self-discipline becomes an awful lot easier. So definitely something to see, and you'll catch yourself doing it like throughout the day. Like it's quite funny once you've realized it, you'll see it. So yeah, that's something that I would definitely suggest that you try and see if you pick up on it within your own life. Now, another tip that I found for self-discipline and for like keeping on track, because we all want to keep on track, and the trouble is that life comes and gets in the way. Something crops up that you didn't expect, and it throws you off, and then you haven't done what you thought you wanted to do on that particular day. So the technique that I'd like to share within this, that for me personally has helped, is called the if-then technique. So if I get stuck in traffic and I can't do my run in the morning, then I will do it after work. So you set yourself up. So there's certain tasks and things that you really need to be doing. So if you're wanting to lose weight, you need to be exercising and sticking to to your diet and things like that. But things crop up and that's when you can get thrown off. And I think if you get thrown off, it's all too easy to be like, oh, I've messed up, I can't do it, but one day doesn't matter so much. But if you have this technique in place that, oh, if I eat something unhealthy for lunch, then I'm going to have a healthy dinner. Just to have these things, think of potential pitfalls and things that you've noticed in life that come up. Like for example, if I don't manage to do yoga at lunchtime, then I will fit in a stretching break later in the day. It's having those things set up, because we all know what life's like, and life throws at us all different things all the time that we don't always expect. But if you can have that in place, so that if for whatever reason you can't do that important task when you're supposed to do it, or when you'd allocated to do it, then you have another time when you can actually do it. So the if-then technique is actually really helpful, and I hope that it will be as helpful to you as it has proven to be helpful to me, because it's definitely an unusual one, and not something you necessarily think of. You just think, oh, I have to do my tasks, and if I don't do my tasks, I've failed. No, just if you haven't done that task, just find another time to do it, and make allowances and make adjustments. I hope you enjoyed this video on self-discipline, and if you did, please like and subscribe below, and I will see you all again very soon.